Well, on January 5th, I get a phone call at home. The doctor says that, Miss Jones, we really need you to come here. Medicine is looking. So I go over there and I'm seeing all these nurses and doctors around her, IVs, and so I'm like, what's going on? And it was like, her electrolytes look really bad, and we're thinking that she has an adrenal gland crisis, which is pretty much when your body's not producing steroids anymore. And so, her kidney has shut down, potassium level, all the other, functions there really to keep her going had just given up. So, they were able to kind of stabilize her a little bit, but the doctor seems very concerned because she had come off the ventilator, but they had to bring her back because she was so sick. And then finally around 9 p.m. her oxygen kept on going down, and they were trying all the technology, all the medications that they had, and the doctor came and told us, we're going to try this one medication. This is the last one that we know, that if this doesn't help, there's nothing else we can do. At that moment, I just started crying, and I was just praying, and I didn't even know how to pray. God, after all that we have seen, you gotta intervene now. You gotta do something. So, they brought the chaplain. They told us that the chaplain, I knew because I work in the hospital, so I know usually when they call the chaplain, that's a sign. That's pretty much final goodbyes, preparing you for that departure. And I refused to see the chaplain. I was like, no, I can pray for myself. We can pray on our own. So we started praying, Alan and I, and he was right there in front of me, and I'm here praying and crying, but just maintaining calm at the same time, just crying out to the Lord, really. And then I called a pastor and I asked him to pray. They said there's nothing else we can do. He was like, that is not what the Lord told me. So I was like, we're praying, but I'm looking at the screen right now, all the numbers are going down, and it's just like dropping, and they're there trying to resuscitate, pretty much they're manually pushing her air, and all the doctors are there trying everything they can. And he's praying, Alan is praying over here, and I'm just looking at that screen, and I'm like, God, just show your glory, and then from nowhere, all of a sudden, all her numbers go up. Like her blood pressure was low. I remember it was like, 228, and her oxygen, I remember it was like down to 19. It just went up to 100%. All her numbers went up, and it was a miracle because you could tell that the doctors and the nurses that were there didn't know what had happened. Boom, just you could hear the beep, 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 beep. Everything was up, and they were just all going crazy, like what just happened. And one of the nurses came to me and told me, I don't know what happened, but just thank God. She would just tell me, just thank God, because I cannot explain to you which technique, which intervention we did that worked. I don't know what we did, but I know, you could tell that she knows that I don't know it. I don't think it was us, but just thank God. And I started crying, and it was more crying tears of joy that God had heard. God decided to intervene. And it just showed us that he was still in control. He wasn't finished with her. He still had a plan for her. And I was crying. It was just tears of joy for just God showing his faithfulness. That, he didn't have to do it. He could have taken her. It's his choice. But he had mercy